Hi, welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. So I'm answering my Q&As again. So I have a Q&A from Randy Cameron. Randy Cameron. And the question is, have you cooked commercially? In your life, who in your life have inspired your passion for cooking? Okay, so that's two questions. Have I cooked commercially, and who inspired me to cook? So the answer to the first question, have I cooked commercially? Yes, I have. I've cooked in hotels, restaurants, hospitals, churches, colleges, and shelters. Okay, employed by all of those companies. Okay, industries. Okay, and where did I get my inspiration from? Or who inspired me to cook? Oh, hold your seat on this one. This one is gonna be a jawbreaker. Okay. My inspiration and passion for cooking started at age 13. Age 13. My parents got a divorce when I was 13 years old. Myself and my two older sisters moved with my father. We moved to another house from where my mother lived, okay? Another sister and my two brothers remained living with my mother in our old house. My two sisters that I lived with, they were the ones who always was cooking in my house with my mother. My mother taught them how to cook. It wasn't my turn to learn how to cook. So I never learned from my mother how to cook, and my father was always out working. So I didn't cook before age 13 at all. You know, I was playing with dolls and just having fun, basically. Prior to age 13, I looked at cooking as a chore that I didn't want to even deal with, period. You know what I mean? That was like work. That was going to stop me from playing. Okay? The only, let's see. The only training that I got at age 13 about cooking was my father bought some collard greens, and he told me that I was going to be cooking from now on. And I had to wash the collard greens, cut them up, wash the collard greens 3 times, and then boil them. And so I did that, but I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to season them, none of that stuff, okay? And that was all the training he gave me. After that, cooking was supposed to be on me for the whole family, and I didn't even know how to cook, okay? My two sisters, older sisters who was living with me, they went out and got jobs. So they wasn't cooking because they weren't home. They were out making their money. I remember crying and telling my father that I didn't know how to cook and I didn't want to cook. He told me that I better get in the kitchen and cook. So reluctantly, I did. I also had to start cooking for my father's girlfriend, who also had 7 kids of her own. So not only was I cooking for myself, my father, and my 2 sisters, I was also cooking for my father's girlfriend and her 7 kids as well. A total of 10 people by a 13-year-old who knew nothing about cooking. It was insane. I remember like tall pots and large bowls, and it was just really like a lot. I felt really overwhelmed, and I didn't like the idea that I was being forced to do that, and I didn't feel that I should have to cook for her children, and etc., etc. It was a lot. So I taught myself through trial and error as best I could how to cook. My first job was at age 16. At 16 years old, I got a job as a short order cook. I would cook on the grill and the fryer later at a local restaurant around my way. And that was, I guess, from all of my forced cooking, I learned how to cook food. That's all I knew, okay? I attended a neighborhood action program. It was through ABCD, which is in Dorchester, Mass. And they were offering a culinary arts certificate program. I signed up and I got selected to attend that program. And that's where I learned how to cook. And they taught me how to cook French gourmet food, Italian food, the mother sauces, Chinese food, and lots more, as well as all baking. Okay? I learned how to bake cakes, breads, pies, cookies, you name it. Okay? I fell in love with the art of cooking, and I'm still in love with the art of cooking. Now that's really, really true. I am really, really a person that loves to cook. I remember going to a fortune teller one day, and I says, well, you know, I'm in between jobs. I don't really know what I really want to be in life and what I want to do. And she says, well, you're going to do the first job that you always had, she says. And I says, at that time, I couldn't even remember. She says, the first job. She kept saying that, the first job. I said, oh. I says, well, I was cooking when I was 16. She says, yes, that is going to be your career. And for years, you know, I went in and out of that career. Like I would work cooking, and then I'd go try my chances in real estate and different things. But I always ended up cooking because that was my passion. I love to cook. I can get up and cook in the middle of the night and be okay with that. I really, 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 really love cooking. And I learned that it's okay to cook something and make a mistake, or it doesn't come out the way you want it. Try it again and keep trying it until you master that, okay? And so that's what I've tried to do all these years. I've tried to master the art of cooking, and I think that I have done a good job, and I'm still learning, because it's, you know, you always learn, right? It's never ever where you've learned it all. No, you only learn it all when you're dead. Other than that, you're still learning. So I'm still learning, and I'm still growing, and I still like to share. Okay, so my last job, I was cooking for 3 shelters, 3 meals a day, and also while doing that, I was training adults to be job ready to get a job in the culinary arts field. So that was my job. In addition to cooking the 3 meals a day and snacks and all of that, I was also teaching adults how to be a cook or a baker or a prep cook, or how to use a knife, etc., etc. Okay, so that's where my inspiration came. I wish it would have came from my mom, because she was a great cook. People really loved her food. But unfortunately, I didn't live with her after age 13 to get that opportunity. And like when she passed, right? The one thing that I loved, really, really loved, you know, you always like something that your mother cooks or several things that your mother cooked. So she could really make sweet potato pie. And for years, I was trying to get that same taste of sweet potato pies the way she made it. And I never could perfect that taste until recently. So it goes to show you, you know, I don't know if she came to me in spirit and told me her recipe or what, but I finally feel like I've perfected her taste of sweet potato pie. Okay, so that's how I got inspired to cook. Sort of a strange way, but I've always been cooking ever since, and I love it, and I continue to serve you, YouTube family. And that's, you know, when I started my channel, if you go back and you look at my first video, I talked about that I was going to do cooking, and I was going to talk to you about real estate, which I have to get back to, and budgeting and that sort of thing. I did do some of that on my channel, but not in depth, and I'm gonna go in depth with that. Time always runs out for me, but I am gonna get to that. So I have a lot in my head that I like to do and like to talk about, and I'm gonna share that with you so that you can get to know me a little better. And I'm getting to know some of you a little good. Well, not a little good, a little better, because when you comment to me and you tell me little things about your life or the way you make a recipe or the way you think, I'm getting to learn you one by one, and I like that. It's almost like a connection that I know in front of me, although you're on the internet. And I thank you for that. I thank you for hitting the like button. I recently, since I started editing, I now understand what, when you hit the like button, what does that do? Well, on YouTube, what that does is that lets others know and YouTube know that you rate that pretty high, and that's something that you don't mind letting others know that you like it. And when you like it, somebody else might check it out, or you may share the video because you like it and someone else may check it out. Okay, and it all has made a big difference, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank my 3,000 subscribers. Oh wow, how wonderful it feels to be loved like that. And I really, really appreciate it, because you know, we all need love. Okay, and I also try to show you my love and support in many ways, like the word of the day. I won't talk about that today. I'll talk about that another day. Spending time with you, answering your questions. I try not to, I answer every comment that I can possibly answer, and which is most of them, because I don't want you to think that you spent your time with me and I didn't respect you enough to answer you back. Oh no, I'm answering you back, okay? Because I love you that much. Okay, so hit the like button if you like this video, share the videos, and comment. Then let me know what you think about it. If you want any more Q's and A's, please comment and let me know that as well. Okay? All right. Subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.